Hi friends, how are you? Welcome back to one more video from Globally Yours. So, without any further delay, let's begin. If you haven't watched my previous videos, the links are there, and please go and subscribe my channel and look for all of the important videos that I have shared before, right? So without any further delay, let's move ahead as well and then try to understand that what is the points-based immigration system that the UK has, right? So if you want to apply for a job, you need to get a first of all, you need to get an offer, and for that, and you need to also get like a work visa, right? So to apply for a work visa, there are a number of specific conditions that you have to meet even after you get your job. So what are these conditions? So we will go forward and look into all of these conditions. Point number one is your job offer. Right, so you need to have a job offer from a valid employer, right? And that employer should have like a valid sponsor license. And how do you get like a valid employer? Well, you again can go back to one of my previous videos where I mentioned that how to search for sponsored employers, right? So once you have received your job offer, now you have your job offer, what are the next steps? Number two is to see that your job is having the right job code. Yes, so the UK does have a list of standard job codes, or should I say like a job category, where you can relate back that what is your job category. Say for example, you can be like a teacher, you can be a civil engineer, you can be like an IT professional just like as me, you can be like a designer, or you can be a healthcare professional, whatever it is. So all different jobs does have a job code, and you can definitely find out what is your relevant job code, and the offer that you have received should be matching one of these job codes that is officially published by the UK immigration, right? So from then we should move to the next piece, which is about your language proficiency. So by that we explicitly mean your English language proficiency, and for that you need two ways to prove that. One is to provide your assessment through one of the language test providers, so you can have like IELTS, and there are others as well. And number two is like your assessment of your degree certificates. So if you have like a bachelor's degree or like a higher degree, you can also do your evaluation through organizations like ECTIS, who will prove that you have the required standard of English language needed to perform your job. So that is the third one. The fourth one is your salary. Now the salary component has like a certain number of points which is given because of this level or the specific benchmark of or threshold of the salary. Now usually the salary benchmark is around I would say it's 25,600 pounds. So that is what is the standard threshold for the salary. And then there are other salary requirements for specific types of jobs. Some of these jobs might have a lower salary threshold as well. So just keep in mind, whenever you are getting a job, you are also carefully looking into the overall compensation, the salary that you are getting, because it holds like a value. The next point would be about like the shortage occupation. So there are a number of shortage occupations that is listed by the UK government, or the labor market, I would rather say. So These shortage occupations would be giving you more points if your job aligns to these shortage occupations. Say for examples, most of the IT professionals will fall under the shortage occupation, so that's a good news. So people from more niche skill areas, like people from the STEM, I mean like science and technology fields, people having PhDs and working in those areas, mostly they will have the shortage occupation for them. People in healthcare like doctors, nurses, any care workers, all of these types of roles are also in shortage occupation. So if you fall into shortage occupation, you will gain some very crucial points for that as well. The next would be like if you have a PhD in a specific subject, you will gain more points, and if there are very specific requirements, you might get some certain number of points as well. So I'm talking about points, like what exactly is the threshold of the total number of points that you want to get. So for your work visa, you will have to get 70 points in total. Like all of the combinations that I spoke before, all of these are your ways to gather or collect points. You may or may not have all of these like conditions, but some of them are mandatory, some of them are tradable. By tradable, I mean you can have either or. The total threshold of points is 70. You need to score 70 points before you apply for your visa. So you can definitely get understanding of what exactly the threshold looks like. And for that, let's move on to my computer screen.
As you see, like how the characteristics and the total conditions are provided here. Let's scroll down a bit, and there is an example provided, like there is this lab technician with a STEM PhD. So what kind of points that this person receives based on the job offer and the rest of the conditions as in the skilled worker visa. So the total points is 70 that this person is kind of scoring, right? Then there is another example where there is a general category mechanical engineer, and then the overall points scored is being provided as here as 70. So that's pretty much about the example here.
So as you saw from the previous examples, so this is the way how a points-based immigration system works, and we have to be careful before we apply for our visa that we are satisfying all of these conditions, so that we make 70 points and we do not fall into the trap of a rejection because we don't satisfy any of these conditions. So please be careful and continue with your job search. All the best for your new opportunity, and please stay tuned in my channel. I will be providing you with wonderfully new and informative videos in the upcoming days. Thank you and take care. Bye bye.